I got a message from a friend on Tuesday and he said, Joey, I've dropped my thermostat and it's not working. One of the wires connecting to the batteries that you put in it, which is 4 AA's by the way, has snapped off completely. Don't know if you guys can see, but you've got the red positive wire which connects to the battery terminals, but then you've got the negative wire which has come clean off. Apparently he was just going to chuck this away and buy a new one, and I think, like he said, they retail at about £200. So he's asked me, he said, could you try and just solder it back on because I don't have the tools and stuff. I was like, bro, if you're going to be chucking this away, then yeah, of course, I'll try and give it a go. And here we are. This could go horribly wrong, but that's what this channel is about. From what I can see, we've got a clip on the bottom and we've got some batteries, some everyday gold batteries that I'm going to take off. So what I'm looking at is the actual terminals for the battery here and here. I think I can slide them out, but it will then drag the wire through, obviously, because they're connected. So if I do that, I do have to be careful, but I'm going to try and push them out because that does make sense to me. So you see here how the wires connect. If I just push that, I'm thinking they're going to come out, potentially. Let's try that. We can get this grey, there's a grey panel which runs along the bottom here. I might not even need to pull out the battery terminals if I can just potentially separate that. I think it's just a little bit fiddly is all. There goes one. There goes the other. Pull off? Oh dear. Oh, there's clips at the bottom here as well, I think. There we go, okay. This grey bit's come off, which makes this a lot more accessible to see how this is soldered. It does just look like a solder blob from what I can see. It literally just looks like a solder blob. So if we take a look, you see how the red wire's connected to the terminal? It just looks like solder. So if I just grab that solder ball, put a tiny little bit of flux on it and rejoin the black cable, that's gonna work. Let's give that a go. I don't think I need to put any flux on that connection, but do you know what? Why not? The only thing is that there's a lot of plastic around it, so I need to be super careful. As you can see, I've got a little bit of the plastic burnt here. Yeah, it's just really tough getting to it. That's the only thing. Really tough getting to it. So I can hold the wire in place and try and solder, but when I'm getting down there, it's burning the plastic around and it's not, for whatever reason, melting the solder quick enough. I can't go in this way. I was looking at that as well and going down there, but that's an even smaller hole for me to get to. So the only thing I could really think of is to put some solder on the end of this wire to help it flow a little bit better. So we'll do that real quick. Thing is as well, a thinner tip at the top isn't really going to help because it's the actual shaft, is the word that I'm going to use, that is burning the plastic. Let's try again now that I've got a little bit of solder on there. Quick time. Just as I think I get it. Flings back in my face. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's ever so slightly just burning the side here. Ah, okay. So in an attempt to do it, the red one's come off as well. Hindsight, that's actually quite handy because now I can try and get the battery contacts out. So I'll give that a better push now because there's no wires connected to it, so I feel a bit more comfortable doing it. Okay, sweet, there's one. This one's a real pain. I don't know if you can see, but it's really tucked in. Really tucked in at the bottom. Oh, speak too soon. Come on. Yes. Quality. Decent. There we go. All right, it's going to make our lives so much easier. So this is the negative one that snapped originally. And as you can see, there's a tiny, tiny little bit of wire up top here that's still stuck to it. So we're going to try and get that one sorted first. My iron isn't even taking solder at the moment, for God knows what reason. Like, no matter how hard I'm even pushing on it. It's 375 degrees. I don't actually know what's going on with my iron at the moment. It's just not. There we go. So much easier when your iron's hot, man. It just took for some reason today, it just took ages for my iron to get hot. I have no idea why. Arguably one of the hardest parts for me now, stripping the wire. Not too good of a strip, but not too bad. Start with the red one because I've got that here already. That one's strong. Okay, good. I think we are good to go. I don't know if you actually got that because of the way that the arm is, but yeah, I'll show you in a sec. These are now the terminals with the solder on. The wires look nice and connected. I've put extra big blobs because if he drops it again, I guess it kind of holds it in place. But as you can see, the way I'm bending it around and stuff, they're quite stable and steady. So now let's try and put it back together and see if it actually works. This thing might not work because it was dropped, so it might still not work. Let's see. So being the numpty that I am, if I if I go to put this back on, there is no, oh wait, I am a massive moron. I can't put this back because the wires need to feed through here, which means I have to desolder them. Now that they're in a better position to be soldered, I'm hoping that it's going to be a lot easier. But yeah, I now have to desolder this, put the wires through, and then solder them because I'm a moron. Here's one. I'm just going to slide it back into place now and just be done with that one, I think. Now we do the red one. Add a little bit of solder to that. Okay, after a lot of shoving in, the battery terminals seem to be back. Hopefully all soldered. I'm just going to test. So this is the moment of truth. These batteries have worked for him. So if I just use these and see how we get on. So it didn't turn on, but I don't know if there's a way to turn it on or whether it should just automatically turn on. So let me take these out again. What I'm going to do, what I should have done first, is test for continuity to make sure that the soldering is okay. That's the negative. And that's the positive. So yeah, they're both fine. Cool, okay. So maybe there's some sort of internal damage. I'm going to put it back together and see if we can just figure out how to turn it on, I guess. I'm going to roll out the big boys as well. Don't know if there's like, this isn't the button to turn it on either. I've tried holding down both of these and it doesn't seem to be working. I thought I was going to be able to fix this. I thought it would just be a case of, oh yeah, solder it back on and it'll be fine, it'll start working. There's no secret on button, is there? I'll check continuity to see if the circuit goes from here to the wires. So that's me holding it from end battery to the solder joint. It's not even touching the actual pad. It's actually on the wire. So that shows that it's good. And down here as well. So that to me would say that it's a complete circuit going from the batteries at the end here all the way to the wires. Let me try the other wire actually. I'm going to speak to my friend and see if he wants me to dive a little bit deeper or whether he just wanted to try the soldering stuff. If he is chucking it out, I don't see the harm in going a little bit deeper, but I'll just check with him first because obviously it's his and he wanted me to work on it. So I'll get in contact with him and see what he says. I just messaged him and said, I've tried to solder it, I've soldered it back on and it's still not turning on. He's confirmed that he doesn't want it back. So he was like, just in his words, go ham. So we're gonna do exactly that. Where's the hammer? I'm just gonna take it apart a little bit more and see if there's anything on the main board that was on the back of it and we'll go from there. Will I fix it? At this point in the video, put in the comments whether you think I'm gonna fix it or not. See what the result is. Just to give you a quick rundown as to what I've done, because I have skipped ahead a couple of steps, got a little bit carried away. This was obviously on the front of it like this. I had to unscrew it from the back and we've switched it back over and this is now the actual board. I have unhooked the power from the board to see what's going on and this is what we are currently left with. So we have an LCD screen. I've also popped this up. The first thing I've done was check the ribbon cable and I know that you're looking at this probably thinking, Joey, brother, that does not look like it's in, but it is. It's as far as it goes. I've also done a couple of extra things. I have tested voltage. I put the multimeter to 20 volts and going from here, which is where the power comes in, we seem to get 6.42 volts. Also, anywhere on the board, I'll show you actually. If I get the power source, these are again fresh batteries. I'll just turn that back over and then put it back in the case somewhat. Do a test. So we're on 20 volts on the multimeter. We're getting 6.42. See that? 6.42. That's what we're getting currently. And if I go from here to like anywhere on the board, as you can see, 6.41. If I go to like the top, 5.90, 6.42, 6.42. So like anywhere I go on the board, 6.42, there is voltage. So it shows that there is definitely voltage on this board. Now I don't have schematics either, so that's also an issue. Here is in fact a decent shot of the board, just in case anyone wanted to have a look at it properly. I've also checked most of the capacitors, if not all of the capacitors, and none of them short to ground. So only one side of the capacitors have the beeping on continuity mode. But here's kind of like an overall shot. I'm getting continuity, I don't know if you can hear in the background, I'm getting continuity across the ribbon cable to show that the pins are all connected. So I'm a little bit miffed as to what's going on with this board, because everything shows that power's going to it. The screen seems fine. There's no cracks in the screen, so it's not like the screen is faulty. It does have a backlight. I know that because I've seen pictures of it and I've Googled stuff to do with it, and I can't find any repair videos on it to relate to because this is quite a specific one. I just expected to solder that wire back and for it to work. I wanted to be able to save my friend some money, so I'm actually quite annoyed at myself and upset that I wasn't able to do this, but I mean, it was good soldering practice, right? Please let me know, by the way, down below in the comments if you could see anything on this board that might be causing an issue. Like I said, I know it's very difficult for you guys to say there is or isn't an issue, especially when you haven't got hands-on with the device just by looking. Therefore, I think it might be best to do a live stream on this tomorrow. So that's gonna be on Sunday, the 16th of May. I'll do a live stream, same time as usual, roughly around about the 2/3 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock, so just keep your eyes peeled for notifications. I don't want to give up on it because, like I said, I don't want to let my friend down, and also it's a real nice little device to work on. It's just one board, like it's so simple, there's no sound, there's nothing. And yeah, I'd really like to be able to fix it and give it back to him and be like, here you go, bro. I've saved you some money. Before I go as well, just a quick shout out to E, because he came into Discord. He recommended to try some hot air on the device as well, and I've tried that. I also didn't want to melt the solder to a point where it's dripping, so I just got the heat gun. I put it on 350, and I just went around the board slowly to see if there was any loose components, which I think is going to be the issue if this one doesn't turn on. Wherever you are, I hope you have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow in the live stream around about between 1 and 3 p.m. GMT. Sorry I couldn't fix it. Peace. It's Saturday morning. I recorded this video specifically on Thursday, worked on it a bit of Friday as well, and I've just uploaded everything, finished editing, ready to go. And when I was watching back the video after I uploaded it, I came across this. So on this screen, I've got two screens. On this screen, we have the Vaillant boiler control unit before I took it apart. And I just want you guys to notice that the red wire, the positive wire, is connected to the top. And the black wire that was disconnected was supposedly meant to be connected to the bottom. So I'm sat here drinking my coffee, and then I realise, later on in the video, for Christ's sake, I've only gone and soldered the negative wire to the top part and the positive wire to the bottom part. That's not how it came, Joey. So behold, after my egg and bacon sandwich this morning, I now have, would you believe it, a working Vaillant boiler thing. I can't, honestly, you can't make it up. I'm an idiot, but it's working. As you can see, the menu works, the wheel works to scroll as well. It lights up, the backlight is fine. This button works also. You can change the mode, automatic, comfort, summer, whatever. And I'm pretty sure this doesn't change. This temperature is what the house temperature is. So I can't change this, but I don't know if that's something they can change when they've got it back on their wall. But it's working. I've actually got it to work. Yes, I'm an idiot. Yes, I'm a numpty. But what a result. What a result. I did also go on in the video to say that there will be a live stream tomorrow. However, cancel that because we've managed to fix the unit. I can't believe I fixed it. I'm so happy. And it was a huge mistake by me, but that's how we learn. Massive thank you to Daz for letting me work on this device, and hopefully I've saved them a few bob. So happy days, and sorry that I got it wrong, but it's now fixed and works fine. Next week I should be working on the SNES, so that's going to be a really, really interesting one. Never worked on one before. It is definitely faulty, and I'm really looking forward to it. Have a great rest of your weekend, guys. I can't believe it. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.